What's poppin', y'all? Welcome back to AniPeeps, your go-to destination for all things anime and manga related. I'm one of your co-hosts, Boom, and along with me, we got one of the boys today, the one, the only, the slice of life demon, the romance phenom, the bad mama jama, Bugs Benny.
That was quite the introduction. Appreciate that. Yeah, like you said, today's just me and you. Unfortunately, Mo was not able to make it today, but yeah, I guess at least in regards to some of the stuff we'll be talking about, it's a bit more fitting for us too because it
Mm-hmm.
falls a bit more in our category. So yeah, excited for today's thing and glad to be here with you.
Yes, sir. I would say a little bit more so you, but I'm getting into this category, so I'll bring it up right now. What we're going to be talking about today. It's the 10 best anime romance of the last 5 years ranked, and this is a tier list once again from CBR. We'll be going through it, and I'm gonna just go right into it, Boggs. Unless you want to say anything, maybe predictions. I see. We see Apothecary Diaries.
Uh,
I don't know what's to the left or right. Maybe you do, but
what you say was top what? Top 10?
top romance. Top. It's confusing. Top 10 best anime romances.
Mhm.
Romance anime of the last 5 years
Okay.
ranked.
Yeah, like 5 years makes it a bit tough. And if it's top 10, maybe these are spoilers. Like, for example, like Apothecary Diaries,
Would
what
you
we have in the
classify that?
anime,
Would you classify as
there's,
romance?
yeah, exactly. Like, I'm sure they delve deeper into the romance aspect of it, but with the season one we've had so far, there are definitely romantic like elements into it,
Mm-hmm.
which would hopefully blossom into something bigger as we kind of continue with season two just being announced and all that.
Yes, sir.
But
2025. Can't wait.
uh, yeah, I think I've watched a good amount of romance in the last that's aired in the last 5 years. I wouldn't say too many, so hopefully there'll
Mm-hmm.
be quite a bit that I've seen, so I could either critique it or praise it. But yeah, honestly, based off kind of like this teaser photo we have here, I don't know too much of what to expect. But
Also, it could just be a throw off too. It could just be like a
yeah,
gotcha
yeah,
moment as
yeah,
well.
we'll see, we'll see.
Yeah, but yeah, without further ado, and we're gonna get right into it here. Number 10 is Sign of Affection. I think both of us has watched this. I have completed it
Oh,
after the
nice, nice.
season, but this one was a good watch, man. I don't know your
Bit more
thoughts.
on the recent side.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like this one quite a bit. I really like kind of the art of it and kind of the tone, like kind of like the bright aspect of it. This one's one of those really cute ones. You've seen it, and we probably will be jumping into at least minor spoilers. We won't be diving too deep into
Mm-hmm.
it, but I mean, when I watched this, I enjoyed it. I also am a manga reader for this one, and I
Oh,
think
nice.
they adapted it really good. And yeah, I mean, I think I really do like the main character, and this is one of those shows where they kind of get together pretty early on and get to see kind of them grow as a couple compared to other series that take a good chunk of the series to kind of develop the getting together part of it. This one happens pretty quick. I also do like adult romance ones.
And her character
There's quite a bit
design,
out
dude.
there, but yeah, her character, she's just super cute too. Like
Yeah, I mean,
her
just look,
mannerisms,
this
her
this
reaction.
describes it so perfectly, right? Just
Yeah,
cute, fun, man.
I love how she gets like super shy too, and
Mm-hmm.
she really does love they both love each other a lot too. So this is a really cute one to watch.
Yeah,
I would like oh, go ahead, go ahead.
I like. Pretty sure you know. I didn't finish it during the season. Wasn't the biggest fan of it, but I'm glad I finished it. And I was just gonna wrap it. I was just gonna say, I think number 10 is good. Again, I haven't seen the rest of the list, but if this is number
Yeah,
10, I'm pretty hyped up to see what the rest is too. Again, great show though.
yeah, same.
However,
Which yeah, like give or take, I would have to see kind of like you said where what the rest of the list
mm-hmm.
is, but this one, depending on the day, I might put it on my top 10 in the last five, maybe not, but overall this was a wholesome experience to watch, and
Yeah,
I think really done well, and hopefully in the later seasons, if they do like a season two or anything like that, we get to learn more about some of the other characters, because they did hint in the anime of like maybe a love triangle, maybe some relationships developing elsewhere too. So definitely would like to see more of this.
Absolutely. I guess we both agree, kind of, as of right now, agree that 10 is a good spot, right?
Yeah, modern day shoujo too. I think this is a really good job.
Nice, nice. I'm gonna go right on to number 9 here. Again, Sign of Affection.
Uh,
Oh my
okay.
gosh. Okay, so I guess this kind of answers the question we had in the beginning, right? Because I wouldn't classify
Uh,
this as romance,
yeah, I
but I
wouldn't
do
either.
classify it as a banger.
This is a banger,
Oh my
but
gosh.
I mean, I really, I and you do too. We
I think
both really
everybody.
like this series,
I think we
and
both love your. That's the,
yeah, yeah, and
and
it's just like a very cute, wholesome kind of family dynamic they have.
and I like the way this person worded it too. Perfect for each other, and I love how season 2 we got to see more of like these two interact in a sort. I'll say
Yeah,
maybe equal because season 1 did have it, but we got to see a lot more your, which I really liked.
yeah, and season two did dive a bit deeper into the aspect of what they are as a quote unquote family, whereas season one was a bit more focused on kind of the gaggy side and Anya, and kind of building up the overall setting kind of thing. But yeah, season two definitely kind of dived a bit deeper with um what is what is this family, why do I care about them, kind of
Yeah,
and kind of like from yours perspective,
and then I
especially as an assassin, she definitely does have a lot to lose, and what she does have to lose is the family, which is supposed to be fake, but all three of them really do have kind of like that bond already. So
I do love seeing like one of my favorites, not even just romance, but like just all time Spy Family scenes. I love it when like it's Lloyd's like coworker that's a girl that likes him, right?
yeah,
She
yeah,
comes in, obviously Anya, spoiler, can read minds, and she tries to get close to her, and then Anya's like completely blocking her, but she starts to like
she's a threat.
show affection towards Yor, right? And Yor
Yeah,
is just like blushing. She's like, oh my gosh, oh my god, dude, that dynamic, this whole family, man. I would even say this should be ranked again. I haven't seen the whole list. This should be maybe top 5, man. If you're including this in romance, you know what
I
I
mean,
mean?
like, yeah, as a romance list I wouldn't, but
Yeah, if you're taking the
um
romance aspects
yeah,
of the show and then ranking
yeah,
it, I guess it's hard. It's hard because this show is a banger, and
yeah,
if you're just nitpicking just the romance, it's hard. It's hard, man.
yeah, especially right now with, I think we've had two seasons. One of it was two core, I think.
2 seasons, one
Um,
movie. I don't know if you got that, dude, but
yeah, and there just isn't enough of the romance element to it for me to put it on my top 10.
for
But I
romance,
would
right?
agree with you. Um, I guess the dynamic and as a show in general, Spy
Yeah,
Family is just
I'm
a
not
super
mad.
comfy,
Yeah,
comfy show. Like, I'm not mad it's in it, but judging it as a romance series, it's kind of stretching it. But I really do hope that later seasons, because I'm sure this will continue to,
hundred
you
percent.
know, churn out some anime. I would like to see kind of the romance side develop between both Lloyd and Yor, and kind of solidify the family as a whole. But
And
yeah,
more
banger
Anya,
show. I
and
love
more
the
Anya, baby.
interactions between the two.
Absolutely, man. Fantastic. Surprised, but I enjoyed it a lot. Having it on
Yeah.
the list. Sugar Apple Fairy Tale is a visual delight. Have you seen this one? Is this a take on Little Red Riding Hood or?
No, no, I have not seen this one, so I would not be able to judge it. But I mean, this definitely does look more on the romance side. Again, I haven't seen it, but this,
So Shoujo.
yeah, shoujo series, and it says like romance tropes, Brody Prince, close proximity, toucher, and you perish. Historical fantasy. Yeah, this kind of reminds me, kind of like Snow White with the red hair, a
Mm,
little bit. Uh, but yeah, I can't really add too much. I don't
oops,
know
sorry
if
about
this
that.
deserves to be here or not, but
I'm just gonna go right on to
it's
7 because it
yeah,
kind of showed it again. Again, not one I'm familiar with. most likely Bog's not too, but this face is really questionable here.
No, I also am not familiar with this one, or at least I haven't watched it. But I mean, this one looks like super wholesome and
This one,
looks like it
this
doesn't hold back with like the romance aspect of it. So
this one kind of looks like it'd be the same area as the one previous too. You know.
yeah, yeah. This this is just one of the genres I don't. I mean, this one is says subgenre isekais. It's just some of the kind of like the category I tend to not watch too much
Mm-hmm.
unless it gets like very high praise and I hear about it and looks interesting and I end up watching it. So this one I actually might give it a watch eventually. But yeah, for like isekais, kind of like romance stuff, I tend to not stumble upon it on my own. So
Yeah.
yeah, unfortunately,
Again, both
should
of us
not.
haven't watched it, but if you think otherwise, just let us know in the comment section below. Um,
Sure.
I'm just move on. On to number 6 now. A Condition Called Love. I wish Mo was here.
Yeah,
I love the show. He thinks differently, so now it's my time to shine, box.
and yeah, this is I guess a really
Redemption arc.
recent list then because this one just finished
Hmm.
like a couple weeks ago. So
Again, this one for me. I know Mo again didn't like the main male character right here, but I thought both the characters are good, and the main female character, man, Hotaru is she was best, dude. Her personality, the look her cute, man, and they were both not. I guess both trying to figure out what love is. First love interest for her, and they're just
yeah,
growing together. Similar to what you said, um, about sign of affection. Like they're both learning, right, and then learn to feel
yeah.
for each other. I really, really can't stop recommending this. Six sounds good to me, man, for the ranking of this show for sure.
Fair enough, fair enough. Yeah, when you were also if you guys haven't watched where we dive a little bit deeper, we did kind of talk about this in our 2024 summer review or was it
Mm-hmm.
spring? Summer.
Summer, yep.
So check that out if you want to hear more of our thoughts in that. But yeah, when I was listening to you and Mo talk about it, I was like kept going left and right of like, oh, this should I watch this? Should I not? Because
I
Mo was pretty harsh with this one.
Yeah, I mean, I think I even said in that episode, watch it again. But I even said I had to rank it a little bit lower because how much hate Mo was showing it, man. But
He convinced you.
it's a good show, man. And like when you're watching, it's really like heartwarming because I
Yeah.
don't want to talk too much. We already have, but the main character, the main guy character, the male, um, he sometimes is like a mean person to everybody besides her, which I think is like a funny aspect of it. But
Yeah.
he grows as a person. Well, she grows too, but she grows to learn how to love something. That's
Yeah.
why
Hopefully,
I
it's
picked the
one of
show.
those where they both help each other.
Hmm.
Because by the sound of it, it sounds like I think the guy's name was Hananoe-kun. Like
Yep.
he has stuff to work on. So hopefully, it's one of those more positive ones where they kind of help each other out and kind of grow as a couple and as individuals. But I mean, by the sounds of it, sounds like you like it.
Heartwarming. That's what I
Sounds
would
like
say. Absolutely.
um, top 10 solid pick.
Yes. Yes. I would definitely put it top 10. Again, called Condition Called Love. Number 5, we have Prince Christopher has a crafty scheme.
Yeah, unfortunately, this kind of
I don't.
falls
It,
into
it's a historical fantasy. It's similar to that the one we just talked
yeah,
about
it's
as well.
these a bit more like these kind of more shoujo josei stuff tend to not capture like I don't feel captivated enough to watch it. So I mean, this
Hmm.
is one I have not seen either.
The art
But
too. I don't really like this type of art.
it doesn't sell me on it. But when I do, I know exactly what you mean. But then when I do watch shows like this,
It's beautiful.
it really is not like a change of pace. It is nice when you actually start watching some of these stuff, but I definitely do agree. Like when I look at the cover and stuff like that, it never really gets me to say, okay, I'm gonna check this one out.
Yeah, since we don't know the show, I will shout out this picture right here. It looks like a manga I'm currently reading called Innocent Box. Please check it out, man. Great, great
You
manga.
will
Just
do.
put that one in there. Hopefully you read it, man. Just a snippet in there. We're going to number 4. Please read it, Box. um, oh, I've actually watched this one.
Okay. See your thoughts then.
Um, if you're asking me for my thoughts, I wouldn't even. This wouldn't even be my top 1,000. I haven't even watched it. It would be like I dropped this show. I think I was so close to finishing, but I dropped. I did not like this show at all, man. For
I
me,
mean, is this a romance between this character and this wild beast?
yeah, he's a king of the beast, right? And then usually, so she's a sacrifice. So the humans always sacrifice one person. Um, and this time the king never actually sacrifices anybody. He always lets them run away, right? But
Yeah.
like in public eye, he always kills or eats them, right? This one, like in the like the classic, like she says, "Why are you doing this?" And then he starts to talk, and he's more of a sophisticated being than he looks. Don't judge me.
Yeah.
Beauty and the Beast, but
Pretty much.
and then like he announces that he's gonna be his wife, and then you see like again here's some other like the animal people, like animal beings, right? They're totally against this because she's a human. It's supposed to be a sacrifice, and you just see that, and I felt like I was like, this is for me. This is just not my type of show, and I like how they did it, fairy tale retelling, because that's it. It just seems like I know what's gonna happen, so I just stop. But yeah,
Yeah. I mean,
it says
this
Disney movie
doesn't seem
too.
like the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think because I was watching, I'm so bad at the names. Boggs, you might know it, but Ancient Magnus Bride, I think it was. I was watching it at the same time I was watching this, and I was like, kind of similar, not really, but the aspects are. I'd rather watch that one than this one. So
Yeah. I mean, not to like. I'm not trying to kind of talk down on like this subgenre of romance, but it's just one I just don't watch, so I don't stumble across these. This one does. I mean, I can't judge it. I know nothing about this series beyond what you just told me, but I would much rather watch the other two or three previous ones that came before this. But who
Yeah.
knows? This could be like a hidden gem. Who
Which
knows? But
maybe I was looking through biased lenses too, because I'm kind of shocked this was number 4. I guess everyone's taste is different, but yeah.
True.
I'm still kind of shocked that it made the list and it's so high.
Yeah.
It's kind of over Spy Family. But yeah, on to number 3. Dun dun dun.
My Happy Marriage.
Yes. Have you watched this one, Box?
I have.
I think this was on my watch list, but I never got around to it, man.
I mean, this one was like very visually beautiful, like, and I know we talk about this all the time. I just love kind of this setting, like historical Japan kind of setting. This one involves a bit of kind of fantasy and um, superpowers kind of thing. But
Wait, before you go on, Box, I want to know: is this too high? So I felt like a little hezzy from you when you first showed this.
I last 5 years is tough. Like top 3 definitely is extreme in my opinion, but judging by some of the previous shows we've seen on this person's list, I could kind of gauge what kind of subgenre in romance they're a fan of. So I kind of agree with that part of it. Like I could see it.
And
But I mean, would it be on my top 3? No. Did I enjoy the show? Yeah.
I see. I am kind of curious because it says top 5. It didn't give a vague one, but I wonder if it's because Kaguya had a season in 5 years, but I don't think it first aired in 5 years ago, right? I wonder if
Yeah,
like those type of
maybe
shows.
it might just make it in there.
Oh, okay.
Because Kaguya was 2019. I don't remember when of 2019 it was, but Yeah, I mean, like this show was good. I did feel like this show was missing one little thing to make it great, but overall, I really enjoyed it. The supernatural aspect of it was really cool, and this is also like the synopsis is kind of like a lot of stuff. It's almost like Cinderella story with like a
That's what it does say.
abuse, yeah, like a
Mm.
abusive kind of half sister, or was it a stepsister? I don't remember, that blonde girl. And she kind of has to she gets sent out on a arranged um to
Arranged
work
marriage.
under, yeah, work under this guy. And he's like a super powerful guy, like people say he's like a scary person, but
Mm.
they really click off. They really kind of help each other out as people. And because the main character Mio, she's a very like she's pretty much traumatized. She has like a very dark past with kind of abuse and everything like that. And she's very self-conscious and doesn't talk too much and stuff like that. And he really helps her on that aspect. And she acts like a kind of like a backbone of what he could, because he's like a high ranked guy in the military, and she's like a support that he could always turn back to. And yeah, this one has like a lot of very wholesome moments. This one, if there is a season 2, I'd definitely be watching. And hopefully it does give me that one little thing that was missing. And I can't even quite put a pin on it because I don't know what it was, but hopefully it does have that little magic that makes this show great. But yeah,
Well,
this is one I would recommend.
I'm definitely gonna check this one out. And I liked how in the beginning you said the quality animation's on point, dude.
Oh yeah,
This
this is
this
great.
scene, you can like look at her. She looks good, right? But
Mhm.
the background's like a little bit blurry, but there's so much detail in it, dude. I don't know if this is a train. It looks like a train, but
Yeah, this
I'm definitely gonna check this out. And the main
you
character
just want
looks
to
pretty
give her
cool
a
too.
hug too. Yeah, like that. Like you just want to give her a hug, man. She needs it.
I feel it. I feel it. But yeah, this is definitely one I'm gonna check on for sure.
Love to see it.
And number two, yeah, My Happy Marriage. Number two is Apothecary Diaries. So it was on here. So
I mean,
the
like,
picture wasn't lying, man.
I guess we voice our opinions in the intro, right? I mean,
Yeah.
absolute banger of a show on in of itself.
Yes.
And this one, compared to like Spy Family, this one is much more. Um, I feel like more fair to put on the romance side, even though it categorizes this as a romance series. This one would have like I could see like the romance tag on it. Like Spy Family. I wouldn't like if there's a romance tag on it. I'd be like, I guess. But this one, it does make sense, and I really do hope season 2 and everything future on kind of builds up on their romance aspect of it, especially season or the second half of season 1 really kind of picked up on the romance side of things. I don't Yeah, this scene right here when Mao Mao's very hurt, and Mao Mao kind of does a whole bunch of stuff to kind of save Jinxi, how he like kind of carries her out of the thing. And Jinxi really does care for Mao Mao. Mao Mao is a bit more dense despite how smart she is. Anything that doesn't pertain to kind of like medicine, she just doesn't really have too much interest in.
Or food.
But I really am hoping for that moment where like she realizes how she feels for Jinxi. Like I love scenes like that where Mao Mao's like, why am I like, why is my heart beating so hard, kind of thing. So hopefully we get that eventually.
I'm not even mad because my love for Mao Mao, dude.
Yeah, and
She,
Jinxi, like they're both great, man.
dude. It was hard because this season had free run.
Yeah,
Um, one of my favorites for sure, man.
yeah,
I
this
can't.
this
I'm
is
not
so
even
good.
mad that it's. I agree with everything you said about the romance. It does have aspects of it, right? But
You
This
just
show,
yeah,
this
just love
show's
this
so
show
good, it
so
deserves
much.
it, man.
Yeah, I agree.
I would say
I
enough.
can't be
Yeah,
mad.
yeah. Whew. Not, I'm, now
All
I'm
right,
kind of.
before you scroll down, um, also yeah, like I mean, this pretty much a lot of this list. This person really loves like historical slash fantasy kind of stuff. I think a condition called love and sign of affection were two that were more modern, real life kind of romance. Don't really remember much of the others, but yeah, the rest has been like historical slash fantasy type,
Hmm.
which makes me kind of doubt that we'll see what I think will be number one on here. I think we're thinking of the same thing based off personal biases, but I doubt we'll see it.
You think my dress up there?
Oh no, that is not what I was thinking.
What are you thinking? What are you thinking?
Yeah, I was thinking of Dangers in My Heart.
Oh, now I'm thinking my
But
dress up there.
yeah, my dress up darling maybe.
I don't think Dangers in My Heart will be in there. I think besides, is it mostly been adults? Is Meow Meow adult? I don't know.
Uh,
I
I
guess,
mean, I think these two are 16 in the show.
but like they're not in like a school setting, right? There's no. I guess
Yeah,
no
yeah,
condition called love, and yeah, but
that's yeah. No, I really have no idea what first place is gonna be. Maybe once we see it, it's gonna be obvious.
I thought you
Maybe
were gonna
it's
say Free Run. That's why.
maybe it's one we've never seen. Free Run would fit in that category.
Yeah,
Maybe
it's Apothecary
podcast.
Diaries, the Demon Prince.
I've not seen this one, but
You were spot on
uh,
though, like supernatural,
yeah,
fantasy esque.
yeah. Which again, it's this person's taste, so you can't really.
Whoa.
Ooh, it's there. Uh, but yeah, I think
Another one would have been no, you wouldn't. Would you put? No, you wouldn't. I was gonna say the witch one we watched, but I don't think there's any romance in that. Maybe a little bit, but
which one?
the witch beast one. For some reason,
Okay, okay, yeah,
I
yeah,
seen this and I was like, witch beast.
yeah. It just, I can't say much because I've not seen like this show. But I mean, this just seems a bit more like some of the older shoujo series, a bit more in the kind of the modern, more common shows with, you know, like this. This looks like the guy from Kami-sama Kiss, and I really enjoy that series. So,
I'm almost
if
glad
it
we've
is
seen this
anything,
stuff because I feel like it's hard to get into, but now we know it possibly is gonna be a great show, so we might actually start watching it too. Gives you a
yeah,
more
yeah,
diverse look on it as well.
yeah. Unfortunately, I'm not able to, kind of criticize or any of this because, but the art looked great. I guess that's all I can really add.
No, I agree. I agree. I'm still happy that Spy Family made the list and Condition Called Love too.
Yeah, yeah.
After the disgrace that happened, am I changing it? After the tragedy happened, but no, it was. I enjoyed watching the list. It gave me a bunch of shows that I'm gonna have to add to that must watch list, which I'm always happy about. But yeah,
Yeah.
it just shows you
I
there's
mean,
so many different series. Even when you talk about romance, there's so many, like fantasy. I think we both don't watch that much of. There's a lot of good shows out there.
yeah, and I'm glad you mentioned it because I pretty much feel the same way. Like I do watch quite a bit of romance series, but obviously not enough. I didn't like watch, I think half, maybe more of it, but yeah, there's like just goes to show that there's always, kind of like subgenres of pretty much any kind of like bigger genre. And
Hmm.
yeah, like after going through this list, some of the stuff we looked at definitely did kind of interest me just based off looking at kind of the images and, you know, because that's one thing I sometimes do when I kind of surfing through stuff to watch. I'll um like maybe go to Mal and you know how people review stuff
Hmm.
and they kind of separated, like some people give it 9 out of 10, and then like the third one gave it like a 2 out of 10 kind of thing.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'll just like check each of them, and if the say like the person who gave it a 10 out of 10, I'll go to their profile, and they like on their favorites, they have a lot of stuff that I like a lot. I'll be like, okay, like I think if this guy liked it and he likes a lot of stuff that I like, then I'll give it a go, and vice versa.
Yeah.
If the person has a lot of stuff I thought was bad and they're
Stay
either
away.
criticizing or judging the show, I'm like, okay, I'll probably do the opposite. But this one was kind of mixed, like Spy Family, Apothecary Diaries, Sign Affection, all that. I thought was pretty good. So
And then some of these ones, I would look at it at Mal or some anime sites, or and you just see
mhm.
like the cover image, and I'm like, yeah, I'm staying away from that. But now, we
Yeah,
got to see a little bit more, and obviously, it's got to be at least decent to be on the list,
yeah.
right? Again,
It's
it's
best romance in top 10 romance of last 5 years. It's got to be decent.
yeah. So, again, I might not watch all of it, but I might watch one or two, and then that might lead me into 6 months from now. I'm all about fantasy, baby.
Yeah, I'll check. I might check out one, and if I hate it, I'm not watching any of it. If I love it, then I'll move down the list.
But yeah, I enjoyed the list. CBR list again. That was 10 best romance animes the last 5 years, man. Ranked too. I think me and you. I think we would have got if me and you had to create a list. I think it would have been um, some of the same shows, but I don't think it'd be that many. I don't think we would have one show from that list, though. To be honest,
Yeah, yeah.
that's the beauty of it.
I,
Now we got some more shows that we know about.
true, true, true. And it was fun.
That it was, my friend. That it was. Bog, before we leave out, any last things you want to say?
Thank you to who that person was who made that list online. And again, if you're watching this, which I doubt it, we are not criticizing your taste. We just it just is what it is. Thank you all for watching, and Boom, thanks for hosting.
Yes, sir. Without further ado, peace out.
See ya.